What's up everyone, it's Ruby here, bringing you guys another reaction video. Today we're going to be reacting to Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. And for those of you who don't know, Christopher Reeve, well known for playing the basically original Superman. I mean, not original, there were technically people before him, but really he is the face of Superman whenever people think about Superman. I mean, he is the embodiment of Superman, and it's really unfortunate what happened to him. For those of you who don't know, there was basically a very, very tragic accident which left him paralyzed, and basically it led to his very quick, very sudden death soon after that, because of the medical complications and everything. So it was very sad, very tragic. He died very, relatively young. Definitely well before his time. So, very, very sad, very tragic. Just kind of shows you that time is not infinite, and we're not always guaranteed to make it to, quote-unquote, the old age. So, best to cherish your life and everything. But we're a big DC fan, or a big Christopher Reeve fan, so I figured, let's check it out and see what it is. I love documentaries, and I love seeing these kind of like stuff.
Everybody's looking for a hero. I am not a hero. That was a part. I played the part. I'm not that man.
Hands down, he was Superman from day one.
I realized that if I could pull off this part, it would change my life.
Oh man,
John
I
Houseman
have
said
chills.
Mr. Reeve, it is very
Chills
important
already.
to become a serious classical actor. Unless, of course, they offer you a load of money to do something else.
He convinced me when I first met him that he would fly.
Doing things with my dad. It was all about activity and action. Riding bikes, playing soccer, skiing.
My dad was very competitive, and he didn't necessarily slow down.
Man, it's gonna make me
We said
sob.
goodbye, and he gave this wave. That was the last time I saw him on his feet.
Mr. Reeve currently has no movement or spontaneous respiration.
Superman, crazy. Just that simple little thing over the horse.
I'd ruined my life and everybody else's. I won't be able to ski, sail, throw a ball to Will. Won't be able to make love to Dana. Maybe we should let me go.
She came flying in, and she just yelled, "I love you. I love you."
And then she said the words that saved my life. You're still you, and I love you.
He and Robin were such good friends because they could match each other.
Robin also had struggles that he dealt with his whole life, and I think that they both were aware of darkness.
Brother Chris is fighting like crazy. When you find people who fight like that but still keep their humanity, that gives you great hope.
That is tough because I can feel him, but he can't feel me.
It must have been hell for my mom, too, knowing what she had lost.
I felt I needed to do something, not just for myself, but for everyone else in the same condition.
The fact that Superman was in a wheelchair and was willing to go public with it was huge.
Help is on the way.
The Christopher and Dana Reeve Paralysis Act.
People are literally walking because of him.
What is a hero? My answer was that a hero is someone who commits a courageous action without considering the consequences. Now my definition is completely different. I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
Okay. Whew. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. I don't think I'll be able to watch that in theaters. Okay. Oh my god. Maybe if I do this with my eyes closed, I can get through it because oh god. Oh, that was a lot. You know, I'd never actually seen that footage. I knew about the accident, I just didn't see, like, that. I mean, I was too young for it, but when it happened. It just shows you the kind of man that Christopher Reeve was. Now, I'm not gonna say that I know every Superman actor that there is, because I don't know them. But I have found that it is very typical for Superman to be played by a good man. Like, there have been a lot of good people who have portrayed and played Superman. I think it just gravitates to those people that are able to resonate with the idea of Superman. Because on the outside, most people look at Superman and they say, he's invulnerable, he's super strong, you know, he can wreck bad guys. And I think those who think that don't truly know what Superman is supposed to be. Because, yes, he can be those things, but it's so much more. What makes Superman his character is his unstoppability and his perseverance and his will to fight for anyone, even if it seems like they're hopeless. Like, even if they seem like they're bad people. Like, if you've ever read, like, a true Superman comic, you know that there's those scenes where Superman is not really using his powers. He doesn't really need to in some cases, but he simply uses his words. That's what's great about Superman, is that he can use his powers, but it is his words that often resolve problems and find solutions. Like, he's very diplomatic. He talks to politicians. He tries to, you know, fight for the everyday man. And he, you know, he grew up on a farm in Kansas, and he didn't grow up with billions of dollars to spend. I mean, he, in a way, is just an ordinary guy who happens to be from another planet with special abilities, and he uses those abilities to help others, right? You can have the powers of Superman, you can have the abilities of Superman, but you are not Superman if you don't use them the right way. What makes Superman Superman is the choice, the willingness to make those sacrifices. Superman does not have to go and save the day. He does not have to take those battles. He could just hang out in this fortress of solitude his whole life and no one would blame him, right? No one would really say anything. But it's the fact that he chooses to fight for Metropolis. He chooses to fight for his people, the people of Earth. And he chooses to, you know, create a team that can, you know, fight any foreseeable bad guy or any foreseeable, threat that might be against Earth. He becomes their protector. And yes, there's other heroes too. Of course there's other heroes too. There's Green Lantern, there's Flash, there's Wonder Woman. But the thing about Superman is that he can be anywhere, right? He doesn't really have to stay on Earth if he doesn't want to. He doesn't really have to go around the world and kind of try to resolve these issues, but he chooses to anyway. That is what makes Superman Superman. It's not the big heroic actions, because those do add to a superhero. Like, any superhero would do that, right? But what makes Superman different from even like Batman, different from a lot of the other heroes, is that Superman abides by his code basically to the law, okay? He does not want to inflict harm on anyone unless they are more powerful and are seeking to destroy Earth, seeking to hurt the people that he loves, okay? Like, even when dealing with Lex, most of the time when he's dealing with Lex, he'll use, if he's in his power suit, sure, he'll use his fists, but he refuses to use heat vision most of the time because he knows that heat vision is likely going to kill someone. He chooses to use the more non-lethal versions of his powers because he knows that those are more likely to end the fight and still have the other person living on the other side. He doesn't even like killing Doomsday. Like, he doesn't even like killing those that are from another planet. Like, he only does that as a last result, like a last resort. And even then, he still fights without being Superman, right? Even as Clark Kent, he's like writing hit pieces and journal and articles that take down political powers and political people and corrupt powers and everything in between. Like, he chooses everything to do what is right. That being said, what happened to Christopher Reeve is very, very tragic. And everyone kind of expected Christopher Reeve to just die because of the severe accident that he had. He was paralyzed, right? In a lot of pain. Because people sometimes think that when you're paralyzed, you don't feel pain because you're numb and everything. But that's not true at all. It's not true even the slightest. Paralyzed people do in fact feel pain, and a lot of the time it's actually what is referred to as phantom pain, or other terms similar to that. But basically, even though, like, for example, an amputee, even though they don't have a leg there, they still feel that pain. They still feel that, like, it should hurt. And they still feel those, like, itches and stuff like that. It's not that they're completely numb, and it's not that it's like if you've ever slept on your arm, right? And to the point where it is numb, like it is not living right now. It's not that when you touch it, it's not that you don't feel yourself touching your arm. You feel that kind of tingle, right? You feel that tingle. And when you're paralyzed, I believe it's from what I've heard, it's kind of like that sort of sensation. But you also have to remember there are parts in your body that might not be exactly numb or paralyzed or without feeling. So those parts that are touching those other parts that are paralyzed, like your body, your brain gets confused. And it sends those signals like, hey, like something's going on here, like I don't know. And a chronic pain is really something that can go away, but it's always going to come back. Like, you can kind of feel relieved in some ways when you take medications, when you take pain relievers, when you take all these things. But at the end of the day, you still feel that. Like, people think that people in wheelchairs just don't feel pain at all. Like, people are stupid. Yes, they feel pain. Yes, it hurts. It's just that there's not much they can do about it. It just hurts. And, that's why also, sometimes people, even people who are not wheelchair bound, may still require the handicap sign, the accessibility bathroom, whatever, because you just don't know. You don't know what that person is going through. Maybe they just don't need their wheelchair that day. Maybe they, wear those, like, crutches, or, like, there's so many things that could be going on with that person. You really don't know. People who are disabled don't always use equipment. They don't always need it 24/7. So always keep in mind that just because someone looks like they don't need it doesn't mean they don't actually need it. But what Christopher Reeve did while he was living is frankly tremendous. Like, rest in peace, because he did so much even after his accident to still fight for people. And that is something that you just like, that is something that really tells you exactly why Christopher Reeve is the embodiment of Superman. Oh my god, I can't. Whew, oh god, oh my god, it hurts. It still hurts. And I have a feeling that at some point we might actually see a documentary on Kevin Conroy as well. And that'll also suck as well. Because he also did a lot of stuff behind the scenes that is very, very noble, I should say. I don't know if I would say Batman-like or Bruce Wayne-like, but very good. A very good person. Like, there's a lot of good people in the comic book space, and the people playing these characters. And, I'm not saying everyone is perfect or everyone is, whatever. But there's a lot of good people, and I think it's great that a lot of good people end up gravitating towards the comics, towards these movies, towards these shows. It's what we really need at the end of the day, is just better people in Hollywood and better people in general being role models, and people that you can truly look up to, and not just have an unhealthy, like, parasocial relationship or an unhealthy idol or something. I don't know. It's just, I'm sad now. I've never cried like that on camera. I feel like it's very difficult to make me cry on camera. Trust me, I've tried. But usually I'm very, aware of the camera and everything. So a lot of times my body just doesn't cry on camera. But there are some things that can make me cry. There are some things, indeed. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I don't think I can react to this. I mean, I don't think I can watch this in theater. But I think I will watch it on my own, and then maybe we'll talk about it in another video. So, stay tuned, subscribe, like this video, and comment down below. Comment down below your favorite thing about Superman as a character. And if you don't know about Superman, comment down below your favorite thing about your favorite hero. Whether it's DC or Marvel, I don't care. But let's have a conversation in the comments. Anyways, peace out, guys. It's been a blast. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.